I'm Tristan Sykes, and I play the rhythm guitar. I've listened to music all my life. Been playing for about 7 years. You know, general stuff, you know, you do at school, like playing the recorder and being in the choir and all that stuff. I've never had any lessons, never been taught professionally or anything like that. I was in bands with Rally, you know, going through high school, but they weren't really anything serious. So, you know, they were just kind of mucking around. We did want to be serious, but you know, complications arose, and I mean, yeah, we had to concentrate on school, so this is the first main one ever. It's not just a good chance for me to be in a band and go somewhere, it just gives me a chance to play guitar.
Look at my band pass!
Oh, I see with our 2 eyes, fear, hatred, lies. Oh, I hold with our 2 hands, dead, blood and goods.
Headkase's first gig, I can remember I wore Rally's red jumpsuit and I went pretty nuts.
We had 3 songs, we improvised 2, we got into the wrong.
We had 30 minutes to fill, and we had to think of some way to fill 30 minutes because we had about 15 minutes of material.
It was huge. We could pack the stadium.
Oh, our first gig wasn't bad. We didn't have Dylan, and we didn't have any other bass player. It was our auditioning for the Rock Awards, and for a gig without a bass player, and we weren't anywhere near as tight. And one of the songs that we did an improvised version of "Get Your Potions," which for some reason didn't go too badly.
Eyes set in the mind, set in the mind. A deja vu.
We had a lot of old men coming up saying, "Ah, I love your music, you're going to be big, yeah."
It was pretty fun. It was a taste of things to come.
We've got a lot of old influences as well as new influences. I mean, I'm a complete 80s cock rocker. I love Megadeth, I love Slayer.
The main interest for me is, from a drummer's perspective, is Slipknot. The drummer from Slayer.
Whereas Trizza likes the mid-range stuff like Pantera, Fear Factory,
Pantera.
Machine Head.
Like Fear Factory and stuff. Especially
I
stuff
like
with keyboards.
Mr. Bungle.
Yeah.
I like trance and trip-hop sort of stuff. Portishead and Massive Attack. And I like Mr. Bungle.
Phantomus.
Sort of stuff. And Phantomus.
I think we all like
Crazy
Phantomus.
stuff like Phantomus and Mr. Bungle have been
and one of my
interesting.
biggest influences would have to be Alabama.
We like stuff too, like Rammstein and Nin, you know, stuff like that adds a bit of a modern electronic.
Well, I don't like Nin.
Well, he doesn't like Nin, but you know.
And I like the Beatles. And the Bird from Sydney.
Yeah, and Sesame Street.
And Nutty listens to Enya. And
Andrew WK.
Sepultura as well. All the heaviness.
And he listens to
Napalm Death.
But even like a bit of hip-hop influence in my guitar from probably, you know, stuff like Cypress Hill, Soul Assassins.
Biohazard.
I listen to
but
anything.
more rap, like more hip-hop.
I'd say they'd be more of an innovator as such, not so much a follower. They're more of into people who are into more dark sounds. Someone who'd listen to Mr. Bungle or Phantomus.
Well, I'm big on the hip-hop scene, but from a heavy metal point of view, I reckon they fit in quite well. Headlining the gig, of course, excellent.
Something slightly more bizarre and absurd, you know, it's sort of theatre as well as music.
I'm not usually a metal fan. Steph introduced me to metal, and down there tonight, I was very impressed.
We write songs by coming up with an idea. The idea could either be a riff, even a theme, a drum beat, a keyboard line, even a lyric that Nathan's come up with. Either way, there'll be some underlying thing there, and it'll start off pretty simple, and because there's 6 of us, the song will just, more layers will be added and more sections will be added, and then Tristan usually does the tidying up of the song. Tristan's the one who usually goes, okay, that's got to join together by doing this.
No, I do that.
Yeah, well, he does it too. lot of bands, only one person will do a lot of the writing, one or two people. But the good thing about Headkase is most of us have a pretty fair say of what happens in our music.
We advertise in the street press and
posters,
street games,
and we advertise on the internet as well. And apparently we get announced on air as well, airplay, stuff like that.
Lots and lots of flyers.
Like playing
any way we can. Just like in gig guides in like local scene rags. I go out pretty much every night and promote it.
They generally promote themselves, and then the music scene catches on and latches onto that and picks up on it.
The only other thing I've heard about Headkase was on Triple Z. Triple Z's an awesome station, but no, I don't think they get nearly enough coverage.
A lot of the powers that be in the local music scene have ignored us in the past, and only now is starting to sort of. I don't know.
It's like a test, you know. If you're there and you like, they see you in the paper and then you're gone, and they're like, because they're not going to approach you straight away. They want to see if you're going, you know, making it.
They're starting to see what we're doing
making
now.
more gigs happen, and you know, seeing your name pop up.
We support a
more places, so like around the city, especially.
The local scene in Brisbane is thriving with bands, and yet the venues take advantage of the thriving bands and realise that you don't necessarily need to be a good band in Brisbane to get a lot of gigs.
We hooked up a support slot with the Test Eagles.
Thanks to Tracy Kick.
Yes. And yeah, we came out of the Rock Awards to nothing. The Test Eagles was our first dose of what rock and roll life is really like. Bad sound, people who, you know, unless you are super professional, unless you've got hot shit equipment and things like that, then things like you're going to get pretty squashed.